Welcome back to another Tech Tuesday on the Educational AD Podcast. We'll be right back with Scott Paine and his tech tip. But first, let's hear from our podcast sponsors. We want to say thank you to Sideline Interactive. Their indoor scoring tables and video boards not only generate revenue for your department, but also create the ultimate game day experience for your athletes. Go to sidelineinteractive.com and schedule a live web demo and see their tables and boards in action. You can also email them at sales@sidelineinteractive.com and see exactly what their fantastic products can do for you. That's sales@sidelineinteractive.com. We also want to thank Wall of Fame by Vital Signs. You know, they're on a mission to bring your school's legacy to life. They've got a variety of interactive touchscreen video consoles and an entire library of templates to help recognize the athletic achievements of your students, both past and present. Let them help you showcase your school's diverse history and your proudest moments, and go to vitalsignswalloffame.com. You can also email them at sales@vitalsignswalloffame.com to get started. Wall of Fame by Vital Signs. Let them help you bring your school's legacy to life. We also want to thank Hometown Ticketing. Hometown helps thousands of schools and organizations across the country seamlessly provide digital ticketing options for their communities, their families, and their fans. Hometown will show you how to sell tickets to your events. They'll show you how to scan the attendees who bought those digital tickets. They'll also help you get your revenue. And they do all of this with your dedicated client success manager who's assigned to provide hands-on support every step of the way. Hometown can also help you sell digital tickets to performing arts activities like dances and plays and choir performances. They can also help you sell tickets for graduation and commencement and any event that you have on your campus. Go to hometownticketing.com to find out more information. Hometown Ticketing, simple and easy online ticketing. We also want to say thanks to Final Forms, the industry leader in registration. But Final Forms is more than that. Final Forms can help your stakeholders with things like mobile accessibility. They can also help with reminders for parents about your policies and reminders for physicals and all the forms that come with having an athlete in the house. Final Forms can also help your coaches with things like communication, attendance, and even help with their certification management. And for athletic directors, Final Forms can help with eligibility, with rosters, and all the reports that come across your desk. You know, it's time that you talk to a team that's walked in your shoes. To get started on the next steps with Final Forms, go to finalforms.com/Jake. That's finalforms.com/Jake to get started with Final Forms. We also want to say thanks to Gipper. Go to Gipper.com and see how athletic directors and schools are creating world-class marketing content for their school's social media channels. You can do this in seconds on any device, and you don't need any design experience. It's so easy, even I can do it. We use Gipper to help announce all of our podcast performances, as well as the backdrop that you see if you're watching this. That's a Gipper template. Go to Gipper.com and start creating custom branded content for your school's social media channel. That's Gipper.com. We also want to say thanks to Huddle. At Huddle, we power sports. Over 200,000 teams use Huddle to help their athletes perform better using video and analytics. As a football coach, I used Huddle. As an athletic director, we were a Huddle school. And our coaches just love the online tools, the smart cameras, the analytics, everything about it. Huddle is also built for every level of play, from club and youth all the way through high school, college, and even the pros are using Huddle. You're in pretty good company with over 6 million users, including your student athletes. If you want to find out more about how Huddle can help you in your program and how your school can become a Huddle school, go to huddle.com and talk to their professionals. Remember, at Huddle, We power sports. We also want to say thanks to SnapRaise. Go to SnapRaise.com and see how better fundraising makes a better program. There's no upfront cost. You can track the participation. Your data is secure. And what's more important, it works. Our coaches use SnapRaise, and it was just fantastic. Choosing the best fundraiser for you and your group is critical, and the SnapRaise digital fundraising difference will be a winner for you. Go to their website at snapraise.com and check out the thousands and thousands of dollars that they have helped teams raise using the SnapRaise platform. Change your fundraising game plan and start a fundraiser that works for you. That's snapraise.com. And finally, we want to say thanks to Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack. Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack are a quick, easy, and affordable way for you to collect comprehensive data that allows you to evaluate and improve your entire athletic program. Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack also connects you with your parents, and it gives that squeaky wheel parent an opportunity to vent and also maybe let you know about a small issue that you can take care of and keep it from turning into a big issue because you didn't know about it because you didn't do a survey. Go to athleticsurveys.com and check out how they can help your athletic program make the journey from good to great. That's Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Tech Tuesdays on the Educational AD Podcast. This is episode number 3, and we're joined each week by Scott Paine. He's a certified master athletic administrator and a tech guru. And every week he shares some tech tips for athletic directors on how they can do their job better. So Scott, what do you got for us this week?
Hey, happy Tuesday, everybody. Morning, Jake. This week is another app, and this one will probably be a little weird up front, but you'll understand it by the end. So this one's called, the app is called Calendly. That's like calendar, so Calendly. Calendly is a app service that allows you to streamline your entire meeting workflow and put it on autopilot. Why is that important to an athletic director? Well, let's be honest, AD, we all know, stands for all day, all duties, after dark. So finding time in your week to go back and forth on emails to schedule an appointment or a meeting on your work calendar is usually not at the forefront of what you want to be doing from your phone or your computer all the time. And your inbox, I know my inbox was always inundated with emails to begin with, so let alone trying to make sure I kept it all on track. This also goes to the AD that, like, maybe you don't have a secretary or an assistant of any form to help you schedule these meetings. I was fortunate enough that in the districts I worked in, I did have a secretary, but this app actually helped even streamline that on my secretary's side of it to get us my calendar filled or to find a meeting time. So Calendly, again, you can go App Store, iTunes App Store, Google Play, and they have a website, which is where you would sign up in the beginning. All of that is in the show notes for the links. The app itself, the logo is a C. It'll be the only thing you find when you type in, just start typing in Calend, and you'll see it's a purplish blue logo C. And once you sign up, it's easy. There's a free account. That's all you're going to need. Of course, they'll give you, I think, the normal like 14-day. Here's the pro level version. You can utilize those features. It is really explicit about telling you these features go away after 14 days. The free version, you make your account, and I fully get this, but if you're going to have to do a little bit of work up front, which is probably not what you want to do or you have the time to do, and it will save you time on the back end going forward, I guarantee you. So you set up your account, you control the schedule, you link the app itself to your work calendar. So we're a Google school, so I had Google Calendar. You link it to that. As you add things yourself, or your secretary adds anything to your normal work calendar, it'll block those times on your Calendly app piece. Why is the Calendly app anything that you want to have? all it is it's a single link. Once you get the account set up and you put in the details you want, it will pair with your schedule, put on the times that you want, that you're available and whatnot. And you shoot that link. You can shoot it from your phone in a text message. Your secretary can send it in an email. You can send it in an email, and it puts all the power on the person that needs to make the meeting with you. And you can have the meeting scheduled however you want, whether you use a video, it's a video meeting, an in-person meeting, or you want to do a phone call. That person can schedule with you however seems right for them. A lot of the vendors you probably already use something along these lines where they'll send you a link to their calendar, quote unquote. And realistically, it's just one of these items from Calendly that allows you to select the time that fits their schedule. You don't have to go back and forth. It eliminated a lot of emails for me. It also eliminated a lot of confusion from my secretary side of like, oh my gosh, when is Scott actually available? Like, he blocked out this and he did this and he's not in the office right now because he's out doing something on a field. This would allow you that freedom for, they don't have to ask all those questions from the secretarial role and the person you're trying to meet with. And you can do that with someone in your district, a parent, a coach, or a vendor. Likewise, you can send your calendar app back to the vendor that you're trying to work with, when you're trying to do helmets or BSN, you're trying to do, your uniforms or anything along those lines. And it streamlined a lot for me on my end.
A lot of schools have calendar type apps. How does this mesh with that, or does it?
Like name one for me, Jake. My school never did.
Say Google Calendars or Outlook or things like that.
Yep. It meshes 100% with, from what I can tell, all the major players that are, unless you have like a weird one-off company that was like the cheaper bid for your district. If you are Microsoft, if you're Google, those two main calendars will easily mesh to this, no problem.
Okay. Again, just sounds like another way to, athletic directors can work on that organizational tool that's so important in their toolbox. Scott, if one of our listeners, I know you talked about the show notes, but if one of our listeners wanted to reach out, pick your brain a little bit, what's the best way they can get a hold of you?
Yep, 100%. Again, in the show notes is my email for it's just my SideTech Consulting business for athletic directors. My personal email, either one of these will work for you, is Paine, Paine, Scott, SCOTT, gmail.com. And I'm always happy to connect and network with anybody that wants to talk about how to streamline their athletic office. Very
cool. Scott Paine, Certified Master Athletic Administrator. Thanks for sharing on Tech Tuesday.
Hey, pleasure's all mine again. Win the day, everybody.
For listeners, remember we do this every single Tuesday, and the Zoom recordings get uploaded to our Educational AD Podcast YouTube channel. We appreciate you listening. Come back next Tuesday for another tech tip, and just about every day on the Educational AD Podcast. We'll see you next time. Thanks again for listening to today's Tech Tuesday tip with Scott Paine. We do want to say thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to Hometown Ticketing, the leading digital ticketing provider to schools and colleges. Go to hometownticketing.com for more information. We also want to thank Athletic Surveys by Lifetrack. If you've never used a survey to connect with your parents or your student athletes, you're really missing out. Go to athleticsurveys.com or email them at info@athleticsurveys.com to get started. Also want to say thanks to Gipper. Go to Gipper.com and find out how athletic directors and schools are creating world-class custom content for their school social media channels. It's so easy, even I can do it. That's Gipper.com. We also want to say thanks to Huddle. Go to Huddle.com and see how your school can become a Huddle school. When I was a football coach, I used Huddle. As an athletic director, we were a Huddle school, and our coaches just loved it. Go to Huddle.com for more information. We also want to say thank you to Wall of Fame by Vital Signs. If you're looking for a way to recognize your school's history through a Hall of Fame or create digital record boards for every single sport, you need to talk to Wall of Fame by Vital Signs. Go to their website, which is vitalsignswalloffame.com, or you can email them at sales@vitalsignswalloffame.com to get started. We also want to say thanks to Sideline Interactive. Sideline Interactive's indoor scoring tables and video boards not only create revenue for your department, but also create the ultimate game day experience. Go to sidelineinteractive.com and schedule a live web demo. You can also email them at sales@sidelineinteractive.com to get started. Tell them you heard about it on the podcast. We also want to say thanks to Final Forms. If you need a platform for your parents, your coaches, and for you as an AD, Final Forms should be your stop. Go to finalforms.com/Jake to get started. That's finalforms.com/Jake to help your parents with mobile accessibility, physicals, policies, help your coaches with communication and attendance, and help you as an AD with little things like eligibility and rosters. That's finalforms.com/Jake. And last but not least, we want to thank SnapRaise. Go to SnapRaise.com and let them help you and your coaches raise thousands and thousands of dollars. Their platform has helped coaches raise over $500 million, and that's billion with a B. That's SnapRaise.com. Better fundraising makes better programs. Thanks as always for listening to Tech Tips and to the Educational AD Podcast. We'll see you next time.